Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve GFG problem of the day, Roman number 2 integer. So in the problem we have been given a Roman number and we have to return its integer equivalent. So if you see here, I corresponds to 1, V corresponds to 5 and all those values we have been given, and then what we have to do, we have to return its integer equivalent. So let's see first Roman number. So in the Roman number, let's say we have been given something like this. So V corresponds to 5 and I corresponds to 1. So 5 plus 1 and again plus 1. So this Roman number corresponds to 7. So if we return 7, that is a correct answer. So let's consider Ix. So if you see here, I is before X. That means if I corresponds to 1 and X corresponds to 10, if a smaller number is before a greater number, that means we have to do minus. So 10 minus 1, that is 9. So in this case, this would correspond to 9. And if we return 9, that is the expected answer. Let's see this one. Here, our M corresponds to 1000 and C corresponds to 100. Okay. So M 1000, C and M. If we see, C is 100 and this M is again 1000. So it is saying this CM, it is saying subtract 100 from 1000 plus, so I would say 1000 minus 100. And if we see this I is coming before V, that means this I is 1 and this is 5. And since lesser number is coming before this 5, we can say 5 minus 1 plus 5 minus 1. So if we sum it all, so 2005 minus 101. So if you do it, like if we do it 1904 corresponds to this MCMIV, and if we return, that would be our answer. So how we are going to do it? Approach is going to be very much simple. So if we can get these corresponding to 5, I is representing 1. So what we will do, we will store all of these, what it is saying, like V means 5, we will store it in a map, and every time we will get its value from this map. So let's say if I would have been starting from the start, what would happen is, if I have taken, let's say this is XIX, so I would have taken this X, 10, this I, 1, and again if this axis comes, if I see back, there is one lesser, but I have already included it in my answer. So that would have been given me wrong answer, because the thing is, earlier there was something that we did, like this I was there before this X, that we did have to minus, but we added it. So instead of starting from start, what we will do is, we will start from the ending. So X came, we will take X10 and we will create one previous. What was our previous? Previous was X, like 10. Now this I came, so we will check if this I is greater than our previous or not. Like our previous, this I should be um, greater than our previous. So we see this I is not greater than our previous, so we will decrease it. Next, we will come to this X. We see our previous was this I. If this X is greater than this I, so we will add, and then our answer would be 90. Let's do the same iteration for this one. V comes first, so we will take 5. I comes second, we will check. Let me create a previous. V comes first. my previous gets updated. Previous is 5. Now I comes, I will check, is this I is smaller than my previous? So yes. So nothing, create one answer. An answer earlier it was 5, 5 minus 1, and update our previous to this one. So previous will be updated to 1. Now I came to this m. M corresponds to 1000. I will check. This is greater than my previous. Previous is 1. M corresponds to 1000, which is greater. So I will just add it in my answer. Now my previous would be updated with M, and M is nothing but 1000. Now I came to C. I will check. C corresponds to 100. I will check if my like current, whatever I am at C, is greater than my previous, so it will say not. In this case, if it is not, we will subtract 100 and update our previous with 100. Now we came to this m, and we will see what was our previous 100. So this m is greater than is 100, so we will just add. And if you sum it all, it would all be 1904. That is going to be our approach. So let's go to the code and let's code it. So here, what we can do is we can create one previous and we can initialize it to this ending value. Every time previous would be there. So we can do it using we have to get it from map.get, and value as it would be stored at s.length minus 1. So that would be our previous value, and our answer would be at the starting would be only previous. Now we will run a loop from ending from right to left. I is equals to s.length minus 1. It would be s.length minus 2, because if we see previous we have already considered here, so we will start our loop from this here. If we have already considered this as previous, we will start from this I. So I is greater than equal to 0, then I minus minus. Now I will get the value. So into current, let me create a current. We will get it from our map. So I have stored all these values in a map. So I will keep getting it as dot caret I. So that is my current. So I have to check only if my current is lesser than my previous. In that case, answer minus equals to current. Otherwise, answer plus equals to current. Now, after coming out of loop, do not forget to update previous. Like, since I have considered this I will say my previous was this one. So whenever I go to this m, I will remember that the previously I visited this I. So previous is equals to current, and finally, when we come out of this loop, return answer. So that is the approach. It should get compiled, or this should get okay. Let me create this int answer. Let me compile it again. So this is coming because we have to take s dot caret I. So s dot caret s dot length minus 1. So this time it should work. So let me submit the code. It's getting compiled successfully and it is getting submitted also. So I hope you have got the solution. If you understood, you can like the video